Factoring, C3, communication question, okay? C means look through it, see through it, okay? How to factor trinomials with large coefficients? Well, this is a trinomial and so we should do sum and product. And for me, it is product first and sum later. Now, well, these are already big numbers and if you multiply them, I mean, you are going to get huge numbers, right? And finding those products and sums will be a massive exercise. So how to solve that? Now this is a practical problem. We all face it, right? So let's try to figure out a way of doing it in shortest possible time, right? I can't really short the numbers, but we can have a process which can help you do the same thing faster. So the trick here is we are always looking for two numbers whose product, and I write product first, right? Whose product should be AC, which is 24 times this. So whose product should be 24 times minus 35. And the sum should be how much? When I add, it should be minus 41. So this is what I'm looking for, correct? So I need sum of this, that means P plus Q is minus 41 and P times Q is product of these. Now if I multiply these, I don't have handy calculator here, but well, it'll be a very big number somewhere here, right? Well, but we already know one thing, that these two are factors of that number, right? Number alone cannot be PQ, so we have to work with factors. So let's forget about this number for the time being. Let's start with the factors. Okay, that's good. Let's add 24 and minus 35. Do we get 41? No, we don't. We get 14. 14 is not the number we're looking for. So what do we do? Well, let's factor it further and see if their factors could work. Okay, so let me take a different thing and factor these further. So 24 can be written as 3 times 8 and 35 could be written as 7 times 5, correct? We'll take care of sign later. About the sign, we know one thing, that minus means both are different, right? And this minus means bigger number is negative, right? If my P is bigger number, first number, then P is negative and this is positive. And of course, negative positive will work, right? So that is how, this is kind of strategy which I'm sharing with you, which really helps to solve these problems, right? Let me just tell you and emphasize on this. Now these are combination of our factors. At this level again we can check sum and product. If I combine two and then see if the sum is what and product is what. Last time we know the sum was 14, we are looking for a bigger sum. That means a longer gap. Longer gap means one number should be much bigger than the other. So let's try to multiply these two and then these two, right? Now for 7 times 8, 8 times 7 is 56. Now bigger number has to be negative, so we'll write 56 and this is 15. 56 and 15. So that means if I have minus 56 and plus 15, what do I get? Well, I do get minus 41. So it works. Do you see that? So it works. So that is our magic combination. P will be minus 56 and Q will be plus 15. Well, sometimes it may not work at this stage, then you have to go only one step lower. That means 8 is the only number which is not prime. So you could try 2, 4 and then figure out, okay? So what I'm trying to say, that you can really get these two numbers P and Q fast. It is not that you are just, chasing those numbers and wasting time. This factor tree is the solution to get a fast answer, right? So let's go with our magic numbers 56 and 15, right? And then figure out how to factor this. So we have this already. So you get 24x squared and minus 56xy. Well, one more thing which I should tell you, which is it's not just 41 here. It is 41y and 35y squared, correct? So with these numbers, we'll add y here. So when we multiply, we get the product with y squared, and when we add, we get the sum with minus 41y. Do you see that? So I can write this as 56xy, so I forgot 6 here, and plus 15 xy, and then we have minus 35 y squared, correct? Now let's combine the first two and the last two. Now what is common between 24 and 56? Okay, so 24 and 56, 24 and 56. So okay, so that's again a big number. Let me see 15 and 35. 15 and 35 gives me 5 common, correct? So let me try this first. So I'll take plus 5 common. X is common? No. Y is common. 5y is common. So I'm left with 3x here, and I get minus 7y. So I got 3x minus 7y. That gives me an idea. I have to get 3x minus 7y here also. Otherwise I can't factor, correct? So what is 24 divided by 3? It is 8. So 8 should be common. So I'll take 8x here and try it out. So 8 times 3 is 24. We get 3x. And 8 times 7 is 56 minus 7y, correct? Do you see that? Always you'll get the same result, right? So I started with the smaller number and figured out the bigger one. So this is an extremely good example which helps you deal with big numbers, correct? I'd like you to watch this video again so that you understand how we dealt with these big numbers to solve our problem. So now 3x minus 7y is common, and we are left with 8x plus 5y, and that seems to be our answer for this particular trinomial, right? I hope you appreciate this method. Things to learn from here is we are looking for a product but not really the product, right? It's factors and the sum of those factors should be the coefficient of x, the middle number b, right? That is the key issue. And if you factor, we have very limited combinations to check, and therefore we can derive at the right result much faster. I hope you appreciate it. Okay, enjoy factoring and do some more questions. Thank you.